All still getting there. I can see 1, 2, the G1 coming around as well. She'll put it down to
Hi everyone, John McLeod from Macbet. I've had a pretty busy week this week with races on Monday. We've got races on today at Eagle Farm, so it'll just be interesting how this track's going to play and whether this rain will come. As far as the Macbet's miracles and bad beats go, we're going to go to a horse that everyone would have thought it would have been the bad beat of the day, and that was Garibaldi against Fender, and Fender's our miracle. Now, there's been a lot of questions about whether Michael Rodd should have stayed to the fence, should have come out instead of going to the fence. Now, I'm always an advocate of when they're not going very fast, and we'll go forward here. When they're not going very fast, you've up front, the back markers, they can't be, zooming around the outside and taken off, because all they do is get pushed wider and wider, and they've got to look for runs. Now, I think this is the case what Rod has done. He's thought, I'll just go back here a little bit. In this situation here, now he could have actually come to the outside of Potro Duro, I think it is, and started to work in and try to get on the back of this horse up here. Now, if he would have done that, I think Potro Duro would have come out as well, and then all of a sudden pushed him even wider, and he would have been really wide when they're trying to sprint. Now, I think he would have won doing that, but I don't think it was the right thing to do. I think he just had to actually track up in behind him, look for runs, and see if he could actually, make a bit of a sprint at him. I probably would have, if in hindsight, I think he should have actually been looking for more of a run instead of coming to the outside straight away. He's established that he's going to look for runs, but he probably could have stayed in there a little longer. He could have got the gap possibly between these two horses, hard labour, then maybe got onto the, switched back on the inside, followed Moonshine Lady, and then come to the outside. Now, it's in hindsight, would have he been held up and still been beat? Possibly. But I think when he actually established that he was going for runs, it was very hard for him to actually then start to come to the outside, because he was sort of in no man's land. So he was caught between a rock and a, whatever it is the saying. He tried to look for runs, and then all of a sudden he got caught. And if he would have come out, he probably would have been pushed really wide, but he still probably would have won just because he sprinted so good. So it just went really good, Garibaldi. Fender, went fair, because Moonshine Lady, it's no Stradbroke horse, and Fender's just getting away from Moonshine Lady. So I don't think Fender went that crash hot herself. So he's our miracle, Fender, and Garibaldi is our bad beat. The other race I want to actually show you is Private Eye. Now, this is a race that we featured on Little Birdie podcast last week. I'll just show you this one. My problem with this race was, if Private Eye was a bit suspect at the distance, well then the way the race was going to be run, he might be vulnerable the last little bit. But if he got the distance, he'd just blow him away. Now, what happened is they went quick. They went about 6 to 6. We've got them 6.8 fast. Another pro punting forms, he's got it going 7.1 fast. But you can see him going quick. It's sort of really there. Apache Chase is really trying to make them, or break their hearts. So break the hearts of horses that are vulnerable at the distance. Now, you can see Private Eye is under the whip trying to keep up. Now, what here, if he was a really strong 1600 metre horse, you would have said, and the same thing was going to happen, in this race. You could determine that this was going to happen. They're going to go fast, and it was going to come to the outside, and then it's a matter of whether he get the distance or not. In this case, I think he just got it, because the horse on the inside, Cucaracha, he's just a one pacer. Now, if you watch Cooper Archer the last little bit, he gets to the outside of this horse and Apache Chase, and Cooker Archer's starting to come back at him. He did ease him down a touch, but I just don't know. I wouldn't want to be going any further than a mile. If he went to 1800, I think it would be suspect because of what happened with Cooker Archer and even Apache Chase fighting on so well. It's a good run by Apache Chase. 1400, 1500 metre race is very hard to run down. Anyway, that's all from us. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold. I think on Saturday we got away with something. I think Bo Desert was really good. In town was a bit up and down. And then we never had any races on Sunday. I think we just won on Friday at Ipswich because we liked Winner Wallace and it was able to get home. But anyway, we've got a pretty busy week again. We'll be meeting on the Gold Coast coming up. Excuse me. On Saturday, I'll be going to Ipswich on Saturday. I'll be doing the yard from there. I won't be going to the Gold Coast. So we'll be putting a bit more effort into the Ipswich meeting or the provincial meeting than we normally would, even though we will be doing the Gold Coast meet as well. All right, that's all from me. Hopefully you can back a few winners coming up over the Winter Carnival. Cheers.